guys, it's Alexis from Synonyms for Happiness, and today I wanted to tell you about our cloth diapers. So we use cloth diapers for both our babies. There's multiple reasons why we decided to use cloth diapers, and I'll probably get to that in another video. The kind of cloth diapers that we use for our children are called all-in-twos. And the reason why they're called all-in-twos is because it comes in two pieces, and typically it's a waterproof cover. This is the covers we use, and some sort of liner to go on the inside. So there's two separate pieces with these. The type of waterproof cover we use is called Flip, and that is by Bum Genius. And I don't know if you guys can see, but if you look closely, there is a lot of buttons on the front here. And that's just for adjusting the sizes. So if I were to button this up, I'll put it on the largest size as far as the waist and as far as the gussets and legs go. So this would be the diaper fully adjusted out, no buttons down here being used. The two rows of buttons at the top are to adjust the waist, and these buttons right here are used to adjust this. So if you make the leg holes a little bit smaller, this will obviously make the leg holes smaller too, but it's just so that the diaper and it's just so the diaper doesn't go up over like their belly button or is too high in the back or anything. And if you want to adjust that, you snap it together. And now that's what it would look like if you use the other little row of buttons. They also make these flip covers with Velcro too. So if you're not as comfortable with the buttons, I do believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I do believe they will still have these 3 button rows here, because that's just to adjust, like I said, adjust it down like this or like this. And this part right here with these 2 rows of buttons will be Velcro. The reason why we went with the ones that have the buttons and not the Velcro is because I know there is some issue with the Velcro kind of wearing out after a while and having to replace it, and that's not so much an issue with the buttons. And plus, the buttons honestly were the only ones I could find at the time, so that is why we have all button ones. And truthfully, it's not really that big of an issue. Once you adjust these, they pretty much stay there on that setting for quite a while, so I really don't unbutton them. I kind of just button them after I wash them, and then it's really just buttoning this to close them afterwards. The type of liners we use. We have multiple different types of liners, which I used for different stages of babyhood. We've got some used ones that I bought, and they just look like this. I'm not sure what brand they are. They have, I do believe, microfiber on one side. The other side is just like a kind of a little bit more coarser absorbent layer, and the microfiber actually wicks the moisture away into this coarser absorbent layer. And the little tag just says G, so I'm not sure what brand this is. Like I said, we bought this used, so I did not pick these out by any means. I was just looking for cloth diaper materials, and I found these. These were also bought used, and I mainly use these for nighttime and layering, because as you can see, these ones actually might even be homemade, but as you can see, this has 1, 2, 3 different layers, and it's all one liner though. See, it's sewed together here at the top, but this one is like a soft layer that goes against baby. Here's an absorbent layer, a little bit more coarse than the first layer, and there's a really coarse one down here. Not super coarse, not like it's gonna scratch your skin or anything, but just not nearly as soft as the layer that goes by baby. And almost all the time with these liners, if there's a soft side and a coarse side, soft side goes on baby. We were also gifted some liners, and my best friend, she gave me some of these organic cotton liners by Gerber, I do believe, and these are trifolds. So this is what they look like when they're all unfolded. There's the square. This middle bit here is a little bit thicker than the side flaps, and you just fold it over this way, fold it over this way, and then you have a liner, which I mainly use these for layerings and when my baby's really small, because they didn't wet the diapers a lot. But as they get older, I kind of just phase these out because these were just not absorbent enough for my children. the liners we use now. These are the liners we use now. And you notice they're a little bit darker. I know it's the material. I'm not sure if these are hemp. I think there's like charcoal ones too. This might be both. But this was the most absorbent liner we could find. So it's like a dark gray. It has little gussets here which kind of trap, you know, like dirty diaper things, stop, you know, things from leaking out of the diaper. And it stretches. It's elastic right there. So on both sides it's like that. The brand is Anima Baby. That's their brand. And I only need one of these per diaper change. And the reason why we decided to switch to these is not only because they're more absorbent, but when we were using the other ones, they were just wetting too much for those liners. And I typically try to change their cloth diapers about every couple hours. So they were just getting completely soaked, leaking and everything before even the 2-hour mark, which is a little much for me. And plus the diapers were just really, really thick, and it was just looked uncomfortable to me. So we decided to look into some more absorbent diaper liners. So we only have to use one, and they're not as bulky, they hold more, and they keep them dry too. And it's really soft, none of this is coarse, and it just sits in there, your shell, and it just sits in here. You'll put it under this little flap, and then there's a little flap in the back as well. Then I put it over, and this is what it'll look like in the diaper. And then I'll put baby in, buckle it across here, and that's what our cloth diapers look like. And the reason why we decided to go with all-in-2s instead of all-in-1s, I know there's a couple of other different diapers, but those are just ones I'm familiar with. We decided to do the all-in-2s instead of the all-in-1s, which seems like it would be more easy if everything was just one piece and you didn't have to worry about it falling out. And I admit that putting on the diaper probably would be easier if it was an all-in-one. But with the all-in-2s, I knew sometimes I get impatient with drying things, especially because how we wash our laundry around here, we don't actually use the dryer most of the time. We just air dry our clothes. So all-in-2s take a lot less time to dry than say an all-in-one, because with an all-in-one you have to get all those layers dried, and it just takes a really long time. The diaper can stay wet for a really long time. But with the all-in-2s, the shell practically takes no time to dry. The only thing that really takes a little, not even that long, but the only thing that really gets wet and stays wet is this little piece right here. But that doesn't even take that long to dry. And these really don't take that long to dry either. A lot of the times after the spin out in the washer, they are fairly dry. Now I wouldn't use them right after that because they are still damp, but they'll definitely air dry overnight, no problems. And I just found it's just really easy to make sure all my diapers are dry in the morning. I don't have to wait super long times. And also, you guys, if you are going to be using a laundromat or something like that, it's going to take a lot more money and a lot more time sitting there waiting for them to dry. So I knew I wanted something that would come apart and dry really quick and just be ready for me when I was ready for it. As for what we do, like if we're out and about, or sometimes if we're just at home and we need to change the babies, what do we do with the liners and the shells and everything? Where does that go when we're out and about? We carry wet bags with us, and a lot of people probably use these for like swimming, or if you're playing outside and the child's clothes get wet, or you have something that you want to keep dry while you're at the beach or something like that. We just have a wet bag, and we take the diaper off and it goes in the wet bag. And it's basically just waterproof material in here, and it zips shut. And we have a couple of these that we just keep lying around, and whenever it's laundry day, we just empty them out into our washer and we just clean them. And we throw these in there too. You can just throw these in the washer as well. Now you don't want to put these in the dryer. My fiance did this with our first set, and they will get ruined. So you do not want to put these in the dryer. You do want to air dry your wet bags. So it's really not that different, just a little something extra you have to pack when you're going out, because when you're using disposables, you can obviously just change them, throw the diaper away. But when you're using cloth diapers, you can't throw them away, or you don't want to throw them away. So we use a wet bag for that. We just throw them in the wet bag, put it back in the diaper bag, or it has this little clip which we clip onto the outside of the diaper bag, and it just kind of dangles there. But yeah, So I don't really think it's that inconvenient to have to change cloth diapers while you're out and about. Just a little different. Okay guys, well that's what we found to work for our family with the cloth diapers. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram. See you next time.